Aw, animals. Sri Lankan Navy rescues stranded elephant. It's well known that elephants love water, but the Sri Lankan Navy got a jumbo-sized surprise last week when they saw this big fella swimming an incredible 9 miles from the shore. A mammoth rescue operation was launched last Tuesday when the elephant was spotted off Sri Lanka's northeast coast. According to conservationists, elephants are the best swimmers of any land mammal, well, other than trained human swimmers like Michael Phelps. But it seems like this particular pachyderm was washed out to sea in a riptide when it was crossing a lagoon that separates 2 large areas of jungle. Although it's not unusual for elephants to swim far from shore, this one looked like he was tired and in trouble. So it was lucky for him that he was spotted by a Navy patrol boat. Wildlife officials and 2 more Navy boats were quickly rushed to the area. A team of divers then tied ropes to the elephant, and it was dragged gently toward the shore. According to the Navy, their intervention was definitely needed. Even though elephants are great swimmers, the activity burns up a whole lot of energy. Plus, too much salt water is bad for their skin. It took around 12 hours for the rescue operation to be completed. The elephant was then handed over to wildlife officials for inspection. Let's have a round of applause for the Sri Lankan Navy. Great job, guys. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Sometimes elephants need a helping hand.
Abused elephant Raju finally free after 50 years of torture and captivity. This is Raju, who is most likely taken from his mother as a baby elephant and has endured abuse in captivity for 50 years from at least 27 different handlers. When the North London charity Wildlife SOS finally tracked him down, Raju was being held by a handler who kept him in chains and spikes, forcing him to beg for coins for the amusement of tourists. The charity also said the handler pulled hairs from Raju's tail to sell as charms. Raju was in such bad shape and so underfed that he would resort to eating paper and plastic to fill his stomach. When the wildlife charity finally gained court approval to rescue Raju, they went at night to avoid too many people and to protect the bull elephant from the hot sun. Raju's handler tried to stop the rescue by provoking him into becoming violent enough to scare his rescuers away, but they stood their ground, and this was when they said the elephant seemed to sense change was coming, and Raju began to cry. As painful as his shackles must have been, Raju managed to make his way to a truck where he was transported to an elephant protection sanctuary. At 1 minute past midnight on July 4th, Raju took his first step as a free elephant. Raju was fed bananas, mangoes, bread, and water when he arrived, the first decent meal he probably had in years. His doctor said it took him 45 minutes to remove the chains from Raju's feet, but when the last rope was cut and Raju was finally free, there were tears in everyone's eyes. Raju's wounds have been treated and he will undergo lengthy rehabilitation, but when he's ready, he will first join 2 companion elephants called Rajesh and Bola, both also elephants who have endured abuse. Then Raju will be integrated with the rest of the sanctuary's elephants. And for certain, Raju's new caretakers will ensure he will live the rest of his life free from fear, pain, and suffering.
Villagers save trapped baby elephant. This is the heartwarming moment a baby elephant is rescued from a well by villagers in India. Locals rallied to help the poor animal after it fell into the watery hole near their village. The elephant's mother kept the village up all night as she cried and trumpeted and refused to leave her calf. The baby elephant was making its way through the forest when it fell into the well. Even though she tried with all her might, the calf's mother just couldn't get her baby out. But the mommy elephant didn't give up on her calf. As other herd members waited nearby, The mother elephant cried and trumpeted for her baby. Fearful locals didn't get any sleep, worried the herd might go on a rampage. But that didn't happen thanks to the actions of some brave villagers. The villagers placed bamboo poles near the well to keep the herd at bay. They then lowered more poles into the hole to keep the baby elephant afloat. Forest officials used an earth mover to make a slope in the well, which allowed the calf to escape. The baby pachyderm then rejoined its mother, and the herd returned to the forest with a full complement of elephants. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Baby elephant rescued after tumbling down storm drain. Some positive animal news today after a baby elephant was rescued at the weekend in Sri Lanka after taking quite the nasty fall. The calf fell down an open storm drain at some point while walking near the town of Hambantota. After falling, the animal reportedly broke one of its legs. Ouch! Elephant herds are common in the area and roam freely, but this poor thing was just plain unlucky. Locals used sledgehammers and even a blowtorch at one point to help get the little guy out. Working with rescuers, they tied ropes around the calf's legs, then heave-hoed it out of the hole. Footage from Sri Lankan television shows the moment rescuers managed to free the animal. Elephant calves usually weigh over 90 kilos. That's 200 pounds. So you can bet these guys really had to put their back into it. Afterward, the animal was taken to hospital and treated for its injuries. Nice to have some good news for a change, yeah?